One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Good morning, Eagles, and welcome to school on Monday, December 7th. Let's start off the week with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now it's time for another weekly whip around.
I'm going to go ahead and read our story really quick.
Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil, and a latke recipe. Let's celebrate our ancestry. We've got, the latke recipe. Potatoes peeling great, shredding onion tears streaming down your face. Then salt and pepper to your taste. Add a tablespoon of flour, a pinch of baking powder. Then add 2 eggs and mix it all together. And while we stir, we sing. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil for your latke recipe. Let's celebrate our victory. We've got, the latke recipe. Pour enough oil to cover the pan. Turn up the heat, but don't burn your hands. Now you are ready to complete the plan. Gonna take a spoon and fill it and pass it on a skillet. Few at a time, fry one side then the other, till both are golden brown. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil for your latke recipe. Let's celebrate our celebration, a single jar that burned for 8 days, the food we eat. As part of our tradition, it keeps that flame alive. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. Good friends and family here to try our latke recipe. Best served with applesauce, you see. We've got, the latke recipe. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil, and a latke recipe. Let's celebrate our ancestry. We've got, the latke recipe. One potatoes, peeling great, shredding onion, tears streaming down your face. Then salt and pepper to your taste. Add a tablespoon of flour, a pinch of baking powder. Then add 2 eggs and mix it all together. And while we stir, we sing. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil for your latke recipe. Let's celebrate our victory. We've got, the latke recipe. Pour enough oil to cover the pan. Turn up the heat, but don't burn your hands. Now you are ready to complete the plan. Gonna take a spoon and fill it and pass it on the skillet. Few at a time. Fry one side then the other till both are golden brown. Tonight is Hanukkah, got everything we need. A frying pan, some oil for your latke recipe. Let's celebrate our ancestry. We've got, the latke recipe. 2,000 years of joyous celebration, a single jar that burned for 8 days, the food we eat. As part of our tradition, it keeps that flame alive. Tonight is Hanukkah.
Let's take a look at this ABC News Extra.
Hello, Eagles. It is I, Mr. Sorensen, coming to you with a very important and exciting announcement. And it involves this guy right here. Many of you may remember, and some of you may be new to the school and don't know, that we had an initiative last year, the Little Neil Initiative, to launch this little guy into space using a high-altitude balloon. And it's a project that we worked on for most of the year last year, and then COVID struck, and so we were not able to launch him because we had not yet finished our designs. We are most of the way there, but I think the time has come now that we've got school squarely functioning and working well, and I know the pandemic continues to rage around us, but I think we need to get back to business. And so our plan is to launch this little guy in April. April is our launch date for Little Neil. We don't have a specific day yet. It'll depend a little on the weather and a few other scheduling things, but that means we need to get working on him again. And so after the Christmas break, we'll start again in earnest. But I wanted to remind everybody just a little bit about the Little Neil project. And so let's take a look.
My name is John Paul Sorensen, and I am the principal of Neil Armstrong Academy, which is the first elementary STEM school in the Granite School District. Ever since I became the principal of a STEM school, I've been asking myself, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a STEM school? You know, what is different about a STEM school than any other school? And we as a faculty have grappled with that question, and we thought about it at great length. And I think that there's an element of being a STEM school that requires us to take risks and to try things that are bold and to try things that are difficult and to shoot for the stars, so to speak. In 1962, John F. Kennedy gave a very famous speech at Rice Stadium. It was a speech where he announced the intention of the United States to reach the moon within that decade. It's a very stirring speech, and the part of it that always strikes me is his statement that we choose to do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. As we've been getting ready for this new school year, I've been asking myself, is there some challenging project, some ambitious endeavor that we could tackle together as a whole school where every student could be involved to try and do something that's truly epic and truly significant that we can learn together from as a STEM experience? While I was pondering this question, I looked up on my desk, and I keep this little Lego guy on my desk. I call him Little Neil, after Neil Armstrong, because we are Armstrong Academy. And I thought, how cool would it be if we could somehow have our own astronaut here at Neil Armstrong Academy, our very own little person who had been into space and returned safely to the Earth. I actually saw a show, James May's Man Lab, kind of a nerdy show, and in it the characters used a weather balloon filled with hydrogen to take a high altitude balloon all the way to the edge, the very, very edge of the atmosphere, up to 92,000 feet. And they took a payload with some cameras and some things, and it was so inspiring to me. And I thought, you know what, here's a way that on a budget we could send our own astronaut into space. And so I kind of was enamored with this idea, and I've been churning it around, and we discussed it as a leadership team. We got the teachers together and talked about it as something that's very exciting. And so we would like to extend the challenge this year at Neil Armstrong Academy to take little Neil, the Lego dude, and using a high altitude weather balloon, help him to escape the troposphere and go all the way to the edge of the stratosphere, to the very, very edge of our atmosphere, into what can easily be called space, and return him safely to the Earth. Now, this is a hugely difficult prospect. It's very challenging. What it involves is launching little Neil using little balloons. So we're going to give him a weather balloon, presumably filled with helium or hydrogen, and he's going to travel that balloon up until the very edge of the atmosphere, to 92,000 feet plus in elevation. Once he gets up to that altitude, there's very little atmosphere, and so the balloons will burst under their own pressure, in which case he'll begin falling back to the Earth. And we'll have to design a parachute rig to slow his descent, as well as a capsule for him to ride in. We'll have to build some cameras so that we can capture footage of the event, and we'll need to design some sort of tracking system so that we can track his progress and relocate him when he returns to Earth. And hopefully we'll be able to locate him and his spacecraft and return him here to our school as a hero. So that is our plan for this school year, to work together as a school. Each grade level will be given an assignment. We need somebody to design a parachute rig. We need somebody to design a balloon rig. We need people to program cameras. We need people to design capsules. We need people to do data entry. There's all kinds of tasks that are involved in something this complicated. Here at Neil Armstrong Academy, we have a motto that drives what we do here. It is the relentless pursuit of awesomeness. And I love that. Awesomeness is just a step above what we normally consider possible. I don't think that there are any other schools anywhere in the Granite School District that are launching astronauts into space this year. I think that qualifies as awesomeness. So I'm very excited for the challenge. It's going to be a tremendously difficult challenge. There are many obstacles to overcome, but that's the STEM way, is challenging those obstacles. As President Kennedy said in his speech, we choose to do this not because it is easy, but because it is hard, because it is difficult, and because we can learn from the challenge. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching. This is ABC News.